BTS's Jimin reveals why he's always by Jungkook's side, ARMY is immediately moved. Since the beginning of BTS's career, the relationship between Park Jimin and Jungkook has been one of the dynamics most highlighted by fans around the world. Not only because they are two members who have strong chemistry on stage, but also because of their warmth, mutual protection, and such genuine concern is evident in their every interaction. However, recently, in an exclusive interview released through the official canal, Jimin openly reveals the real reason why he always tries to be by Jungkook's side. The statement immediately sparked a wave of emotions among the ARMY, making related keywords. Jimin and Jungkook topped the world's trending topics in just minutes. Many were moved. Some even claimed to shed tears hearing Jimin's explanation, which was so simple but full of meaning. Jimin and Jungkook met for the first time at Big Hit's rehearsal building when BTS was still in the pre-debut stage. Jungkook, who was just 15 years old at the time, was the youngest trainee who had extraordinary talent but still tended to be quiet. On the other hand, Jimin has just moved from Busan with great passion to become a professional singer and dancer. Jimin once said that his first impression of Jungkook was a very talented boy but looks lonely. At that time, Jungkook often spent time alone in the corner of the training room or just practicing without talking much. Seeing that, Jimin felt called to approach him. For some reason, I felt like I had to be around him. She's like the little sister I just met, but I want to take care of her. Jimin said in the interview, their closeness began to intertwine from small things. Jimin often took Jungkook to eat together, helped him understand the coach's instructions, even just sat with him during night practice. Although at first Jungkook felt awkward, he began to open up because he felt Jimin had never forced him to speak or behave in a certain way. Their relationship deepened after BTS debuted in 2013. In various appearances, Jimin can be seen glancing at Jungkook several times, as if to make sure that the magne is okay. There was one moment that ARMY still remembers, when BTS performed at a big music event. Jungkook looked nervous and almost took a wrong step. Within seconds, Jimin approached, touching his shoulder, and gave a small smile that made Jungkook refocus. Not only that, during BTS' first world tour, Jimin always made sure Jungkook ate enough, rest in between a busy schedule, and keep the voice from getting too tired. He has incredible energy, but sometimes he forgets to take care of himself. I felt it was my duty to remind him, said Jimin. For the ARMY, these moments are not just ordinary gestures. They see it as proof that Jimin really cares, not just as a coworker, but as a family. In this latest interview, Jimin finally revealed the reasons he had been saving. I know Jungkook is strong. He can deal with many things alone. But I also know there are times when he feels overwhelmed. He won't always say it. That's why I always want to be by his side. Not to solve the problem, but to make sure he knows that he's not alone. He said in a calm but sincere tone of voice. These words made the atmosphere of the studio instantly silent. Even the host admitted that it was goosebumps to hear it. The camera also captured Jungkook's reaction, which initially only smiled, but then his eyes filled with tears. He looked at Jimin and said quietly, "I'm so lucky to have you." For those who watched, this moment was proof that their relationship was built from a deep sense of mutual understanding, not just closeness due to working together. It didn't take long. The video snippet of the interview spread widely on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and various fan forums. The hashtags #ThankYouJimin and #LuckyToHaveYou immediately topped global trending topics. Many fans shared old photos and videos of Jimin and Jungkook, juxtapose it with Jimin's latest remarks to show the consistency of their relationship from then until now. A Brazilian army officer wrote, "Jimin doesn't just talk. He's proven it over the years." Jungkook always had someone who would take care of him, and that was Jimin. While a fan from South Korea added, "In a harsh industry like this, sincere friendships like theirs are something rare." I was moved to tears. Not many people know that behind the glittering stage, Jungkook had a hard time, especially at the beginning of BTS's career when pressure from the public, busy schedules, and homesickness for family piled up. In such times, Jimin is often the first to offer his shoulder to lean on. There is a story revealed by BTS staff where one night after the concert, Jungkook sat alone in the waiting room with his head down. Jimin walked in, didn't say much, just sat beside him and patted his back slowly. The moment of silence lasted a few minutes, but it was enough to make Jungkook feel better. For Jimin, presence is the most sincere form of support. Sometimes we don't need solutions. Enough of being there, it already means, he said on another occasion. As time went on, BTS's career took off, taking them to big stages around the world. Although both of them now have their own activities and projects, Jimin still holds true to his principle of always being there for Jungkook. Even when the schedule separates them, he always finds time to send messages, call, or just make sure Jungkook is in good shape. For many, this kind of relationship is proof that true friendship can survive in the midst of great popularity and pressure. It's not surprising that many ARMY members see Jimin and Jungkook's closeness as an inspiration, both in friendship and in relations between brothers. The atmosphere in the rehearsal room that night felt different. The normally bright lights are now slightly dimmed, giving a warm yet mysterious effect. There were only two figures sitting facing each other in the middle of the room, Jimin and Jungkook. From the outside, it might look like an ordinary meeting, but for the two of them, this was a long overdue moment. HYB's internal documentation camera that was recording for archival purposes captured Jimin's serious expression, while Jungkook occasionally smiled a little, as if trying to ease the tension. Jimin took a deep breath, then began to speak. His words were slow, but enough to make the room seem completely silent. I know a lot of people might not realize, but I always try to be by your side, Jungkook, he said while looking straight at the BTS magnate. Jungkook immediately lowered his head, his eyes glazed. For people who are new to BTS, it may sound simple, but for the ARMY who've been following their journey for more than a decade, the phrase is like opening a box with long memories from the difficult days of the debut to the peak of glory on the world stage. During this time, Jimin is known as a figure who is protective of Jungkook, but rarely does he reveal his reasons directly in front of the camera. In between his words, Jimin smiled a little bit bitterly. I've seen you almost give up. I know your weak side that not everyone sees. And whenever you seem alone, I just want to make sure you don't really feel alone. Jungkook, who heard it, could only wipe his eyes slowly. The words were like breaking through an invisible wall that had been separating their feelings from the public spotlight. ARMY who watched this snippet of the video, which was later leaked on social media, immediately flooded the platform with hashtags such as #Jimin for Jungkook and #JungkookAlways. Many people cried when they heard the confession. However, this moment also holds a much deeper story. Based on information from a longtime HYB staffer, Jimin's statement was not something spontaneous. He had been thinking about it for a long time, even discussing it with some of his close people. According to the source, Jimin was worried that revealing the reasons in public could lead to excessive speculation. But in the end, he feels that honesty is more important, especially to Jungkook. To his surprise, Jungkook's reaction after hearing Jimin's confession was not just emotional. Later that night, after rehearsals were over, Jungkook decided to have a one-on-one talk with Jimin in the break room. The camera was no longer recording, but according to several staff members who were around the scene, Jungkook hugged Jimin for quite some time, whispering, "Hyung, I will never forget this." From here, the relationship between the two again became a hot topic among the ARMY. Many feel this moment proves how deep the bond between Jimin and Jungkook is, not just as group mates, but as a family take care of each other in every situation.